Finally, Damien Comolli spoke and he kicked off a new Juventus. Finally, we are not speaking about coaches anymore because yesterday we made a decision. It is Igor Tudor, good or bad, but it is Igor Tudor that will lead Juventus also in season 25-26. And now we can focus on two things. The Club World Cup that is extremely imminent. Al Ain is already waiting for us. And then we speak about Mercato. Mercato is crazy. We didn't do anything in that mini window, but now we need. Because Igor Tudor, at the end of Serie A 24-25, he said, I need 2, 3, 4 reinforcement for that team to be able to compete for the Scudetto. And he repeated that in this conversation with Comolli. What and who will join Juventus? What name will be linked to our beloved Juventus? We'll speak about it in today's video. Ciao Juventini of the world. My name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. I hope you are as excited as I am because I'm extremely excited. I'm extremely happy. I'm shaking. Since yesterday morning, I am shaking. You know it, huh? Club World Cup is imminent, a competition that I'm dreaming about since I'm a kid because when I was a kid, I was dreaming about it. Not only the World Cup with the nations that are playing against each other, but I said, if one day we can have the clubs. And when I was playing in the street with my cousins, with my family, with my friends, we were imagining being a team from around the world. River Plate, Boca Juniors, Juve. It was beautiful. And now that dream comes true because the first one will be kicked off in 2025. So I was immediately in love from the first moment, and you know it here on the channel, so I was already excited to cover the Club World Cup here on the channel, but my goal as a content creator in the beginning of the year was go in USA. As a content creator, not as a tourist, not just to watch the games, but to work, to be invited by someone, to have a partnership, to work there, being there present, because that was my goal as a content creator. If I didn't do it, I would have failed. And that's what I told you on Monday night here live on the channel. I said, I'm extremely sorry guys, I failed my biggest objective of 2025. It means that as a content creator, I'm not good enough. I need to do much better and we will work on it, but that one is gone. Until yesterday morning, because yesterday morning Juventus called me and they said, prepare your luggages because you will come with us, you will join us and you will work for us. And I'm extremely happy about that. Mamma mia, a dream comes true. I didn't fail and I'm super happy about that, bringing you as close as possible to Juve. Will I be with the player? No, I don't think so, but I will be in 4 different cities, so listen really carefully, the people that are living there. I will be in Boston, I will be in Washington, in Philadelphia and in Orlando. In that order, Juventus is organizing events for fans. So if you don't know about it, please inform yourself with the Juventus official fan club that is around your city. Go on the site of Juve if you don't know where they are. Because, for example, in Boston, it will be the Greenway. Tom's Watch Bar will be there in Washington. The Xfinity Live in Philadelphia and the Wall Street Plaza in Orlando in the mornings before the game. So pay attention, be there because I will be present and it will be extremely fantastic to meet all the community of Juventini of the world from USA. I can't wait. And I will bring you as much as content as possible, of course, live from there. Oh, wait a minute. Did you see these graphics? Aman. What a guy. What a fantastic work. Already preparing all the graphics for the Club World Cup. Thank you, Aman. Really appreciate it, my friend. Ragazzi, can we speak about Juve now? Yes, we can. Tutto Sport is telling us, welcome back, Ossessione. Bentornata, Ossessione. Welcome back, Obsession. You know it, huh? We already debriefed it in the video of yesterday. Obsession was a word that actually a lot of Juventini were pissed off about when they were pronounced by Thiago Motta. It is not an obsession to win, which a lot of Juventini, probably 99% of the Juventini, were absolutely not happy about. I was not. I remember back then I was in Riyadh. It was before the Supercoppa. And then obsession. Obsession is a word that comes back. One of the words of Comolli. Was it the intention of Comolli to say it? Was it something that he really wanted to tell us? Probably yes. Probably yes. A smart guy, someone that had a sense of humor, that was really straightforward, was not dribbling any question. He doesn't want to speak about Mercato. We know it. If you want to go back to what he said, go on the video of yesterday. But important is that he took a real big decision already, immediately, confirming Igor Tudor. And now the next step is to find an extension of the contract of Igor, to not only with words giving him that trust, but also with facts. 2027 contract will be the first mission of Damien Comolli, speaking with the agents of Igor, and it could happen even before traveling to USA, which I think is absolutely deserved. We know it. Igor Tudor showed a lot of things as a caretaker wherever he went. He also showed things from the beginning of the season until the end. What he's missing today is delivering on more seasons, showing that he also is able to compete for silverware in a top 5 league. Will he be able to do it? I believe that he has the chances, if supported well by a united Juve, to do as much as we can, of course, if reinforced on the Mercato and also in his staff, because at the moment we are not with a lot in the staff of Igor, with only 2-3 people, and that's it. So Tudor, contract extension, and then priorities to Federico Gatti, that found an agreement with Giuntoli but has been frozen by Damian. Not that he didn't want to give him, but first, speaking with the player, understanding the player, also the mentality, the state of mind of the player. Gatti, priority. Savona, another priority. And then Weston McKennie. These 3 players in the next coming days will be the priorities to extend their contract. The good news, announced by Juve, but we already knew, Conceição will go to the World Cup. Colomani will go to the World Cup. For Conceição, not a lot of voices. You heard it also yesterday, or you didn't hear his name yesterday, which is important. If Colomani, we hear that he goes to the World Cup and that Damian Comolli is extremely positive to extend even with one more season or to find an agreement with Paris Saint-Germain for 25-26. He didn't mention Chico Conceição that did a really beautiful semi-final of Nation League. Not that much of that final. We know the weaknesses, we know the strength. He will also there be with us for the Club World Cup and showing also in terms of behavior, in terms of character, in terms of can he decide more games, yes or no. Chico, we wait a bit before understanding his situation, and then after all these names, we have the name of Dusan Vlahovic. That yesterday he spoke about it because he received that question about Dusan. Understanding the player. Yesterday, not a great game for him. It's true that they won 3-0, but it was not a really beautiful game with him, with Serbia. He will come back to La Continassa. He will speak with Damian Comolli that said, I need to understand his motivations, his request, his will, his love for Juve. He's in all. I need to understand the man. We already spoke. Now I need to understand further if we can continue or not. Also for the salary request. What does he want? What he doesn't want? But he will tell us, as we said, what Mercato will do in terms of strikers, and probably also even more. What is in the list of Juve? Well, Gyökeres. We already spoke about him a few times here on the channel. A lot of people are saying, Beppe, give up. It is not possible, Gyökeres. I would love to give up and already start thinking about the next one, but that's not something that is possible, because every day the papers, the journalists, everyone, even Fabrizio Romano, that is speaking really when we are really concrete, when it's close, is confirming is that Juve has interest for the Swedish striker. So Gyökeres is the dream. There is a real interest, but we know it's difficult, and that's why we have other names in that list. A Retegui that still needs to speak with Juric, that there is the interest of Milan, but Retegui is in that list, like Lorenzo Luca. But Udinese is asking for a lot of money. Other players, well, Jonathan David is further and further and further away. That's why he's starting to offer himself also in Premier League, like Højlund, that is maybe staying there. Maybe there is the interest of Inter, but not for Juve anymore. Pay attention. Backstage story. Giuntoli was about to do the swap. Douglas Luiz, Højlund. Is this something that you would have loved? A swap, Douglas Luiz, Højlund? Personally, no. That doesn't mean that I want Douglas Luiz to stay. But a swap with Højlund, I prefer that this didn't happen. Arsenal is about to finalize Šeško, a player that we were speaking about also in terms of Juve. So Šeško give up. So who remains in that list according to Tuttosport? Darwin Núñez. Pay attention, also Napoli is on the player of Liverpool that will leave the Reds. And then we have Gonzalo Ramos, the one of Paris Saint-Germain that has already been offered to Juve in the summer. Will there be new names that we will discover? Let's wait. Let's see. At the moment, we cannot speak about a concrete offer because everything depends, of course, of Dusan Vlahovic. I have one dream. Guys, maybe I'm unpopular. Only the people that are there for more than 9 minutes will know the name that I tell you, but I have a dream. I would love that at the Club World Cup, we are taking a bit of fantasia, a bit of craziness, something that gives curiosity for you, because you know it, we have no new faces, we have no new players, we have Kostic that comes back, we have Rugani that comes back, Conceição stays, Colomani, but we miss a bit of that. I'm curious. I want to wake up at 2-3 a.m. to watch Juventus because I want to discover something. You know what? And I will be totally crazy with that. Bring Destiny Elimogale with us. 16 years old. You bring him. Why not? What do we have to lose? Bring him with us. Left winger, offensive player, can also play a bit more central. It's a player that I will take with us. Let him play 5 minutes there, 10 minutes there. You see, you know, you will wake up. You want to know how he plays. You want to see if it's a player that really, in the future, has a starting spot at Juve. If he can be the next Yamal, without exaggeration, but in terms of vision, a young kid that from La Primavera can grow, or Primavera, under X, under Y, under Z, because he's there since a lot of years. I would love. Tell me what you think about that crazy idea. You know who has to prove himself? It's Koopmeiners. That should start already because the injuries are gone. He should start, but not only to recuperate a starting spot, but also to convince people that he's not on the market. Because we spoke about Nico Gonzalez, we spoke about Douglas Luiz, we spoke about Lloyd Kelly, people that are on the market on top of Dusan Vlahovic. Pay attention for Koopmeiners, because since yesterday there are some news that are saying that also him, if he's absolutely not convincing at the Club World Cup, could possibly be on the market. Then will you have offers that are matching the request price? I don't know. But Juventus is putting these players on the market because or they don't believe in it, or because we want to go with top names a la Gyökeres. Fast sales. Attenzione, because Perin could leave Juve after all his years. He could possibly go to Milan because there is an interest from Max Allegri, a player that didn't really enjoy the second part of the season, where he was not anymore rotating with Di Gregorio, where probably he wanted to play as a first goalkeeper. He said enough is enough. I will check somewhere else. I want to play. I want to have something else, a new journey. So pay attention to Perin that could possibly leave. Will we cash in a lot with Perin? No, but that's a name that we can and we have to monitor, with also Filippi, the ex-first team goalkeeper that is there since 2010, that is also going to Milan. Pay attention to Max. Max is fishing at Juve or ex-Juve. So what are the names that are linked to Juve recently if we are not able to cash in fast, if we are not able to go for a player like Tonali, for example, that are still there? Juve is still monitoring Tonali. Well, we have players a la Frattesi. Frattesi is a name that has always been monitored by Juve, a bit like a Berardi, attenzione. So Frattesi is a name that is interesting. Guys, I tell you, if you tell me we want to go for Tonali and you bring me Frattesi, I will not be as happy. Frattesi is a fantastic player from the bench, which he doesn't appreciate. When he starts, like for Italy, he's not always able to convince me. So I think there is better than Frattesi. Nevertheless, he's a good player, but I believe that we can find something better. Another player that could possibly come to Juve and reinforce is a player that has already been coached by Tudor at Marseille, is Nuno Tavares, that is on the market by Lazio. Lazio said, guys, if he needs to leave, he leaves. They will take him permanently for 4 million from Marseille, and then they can cash in. Another player is Balerdi from Marseille that Tudor and Juve are extremely interested in. And I tell you, from these three, that's the player that I really would love to have at Juve. But Marseille says, no. Balerdi stays at Marseille because we play Champions League. Like another name, Jeremai, that was that close to go to Como. No, there were the interest of Napoli and Juve yesterday, but he will remain at Deportivo La Coruña. Who is the last name in that list? And that's a name that I like, is the name of the striker of Bologna, Castro. I was 100% sure that he was already an Inter player. Nothing is happening there. Maybe with a change of coach, maybe the player said, no, I want to wait if I have other proposals. But Castro is a player that I really like. Totally different as Colomwani. Castro, if you cannot go for a Gyökeres, is a player. Give me the pen, give me the paper, I sign immediately, I want him at Juve. Castro is really a good player. So let me know what you think about everything that we talk about today. Let me know where you are living. Will you attend the fan events? Will you be in USA for the Club World Cup? I'm curious to read you. Grazie, forza, Juve.